Jhalak Patel from LG Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Electronics and Communication. Welcomes you to the session of wireless communication. Today I am going to discuss about NEET 5, that is wireless systems, with topic GSM, means Global System for Mobile. So let's start the session. First of all, the features for GSM. So basically the GSM is second generation wireless communication standard that supports more number of subscribers compared to the first generation standard that is based on the analog communication. So GSM supports more number of users because it uses the digital communication. The second is rapid call setup as well as call forwarding will be possible with the use of GSM. The next is obviously it provides the more short message services as well as the encrypted conversation. So this encrypted conversation is possible with the use of the cipher key and the A3 and A8 algorithm that we will discuss in detail later on, that how GSM provides the security standards or coding techniques with this. So the main feature is encrypted conversation that can be possible with GSM. Next is about its smaller use of handsets. Obviously, compared to the first generation mobile phone, the GSM phones are smaller in size. That is the biggest advantage of using the GSM standard. Next one is international roaming capability. By using the GSM or various registers, it can be offered like HLR, home location register, visitor location register. So by using the visitor location register, it offers the international roaming capability. Various GSM services that can be offered are, the first one is the teleservices. So teleservices is regarding the communication based on the speech. So speech is digitally encoded and then it can be transferred. Also the video text and teletext can be possible with the GSM services. So this is the first type of services that can be offered by the global system of mobile. The second one is the data services. With this, it is limited to the first three layers of OSI model, like for the physical layer, the data link layer, and then with the network layer, this type of data services can be offered. It can also transmit and receive with the data rate of 9600 kbps. So with this, it offers the more number of data rate, that is previously 2400 bps. So it can be enhanced up to the 9.6 kbps with GSM services. The third type of services that can be offered by GSM is supplementary ISDN. With supplementary ISDN, the all services are regarding the call services. So these call services are the call diversion, then call forwarding, then we can say that call restriction can also be possible with it, and short message services. So these all are called as a supplementary ISDN services: call diversion, call forwarding, call restriction, and short message services. So these three basic type of services can be possible with GSM, like teleservices, services, and the third one is supplementary ISDN services. The next is GSM architecture. This is one of the important questions for the exam, that global system for mobile uses the architecture that are divided into the three basic partitions. So let's see first the architecture. So here the first part is MS. MS means mobile station. Then the second part is base station subsystem, means BSS. Here you can see that it can be divided into two categories: BTS and BSC. BTS means base transceiver system and BSC means base station controller. The third part of the system is mobile switching center. Mobile switching center you can be also known as the network subsystem. By network subsystem is again divided into the two categories. In which first part is MSC, means mobile switching center. It has the various registers like home location register, visitor location register, and authentication center. There is also another subsystem of it, that is OSS, operation support subsystem. So this is the architecture of GSM. We will discuss the detail about each one of this Here you can note that there is one term present, that is PSTN, means Public Switch Telephone Network. There will be some interference in between each layer. You can note that there is interference, air interference, and E interference. So according to the mobile station and base subsystem, this interference can also be changed. So let's see about it in detail. The first subsystem, this is the subsystem of GSM that can be categorized into the three. The first subsystem is BSS, means base station subsystem. The second one is NSS, means network and switching subsystem. The third one is OSS, means operation support subsystem. So these three basic subsystems are again divided into the various types of registers used and their operation. So let's see. The first one is the base station subsystem. It can be classified into the two major categories. First one is BTS, means base transceiver system, and the second one is base station controller, means BSC. Now let's see the functions of which, means what is the function of the BTS as well as the BSC. So first, the BTS means base transceiver. As you see that the name, the transceiver, which it can transmit and receive simultaneously. So it offers the various functions like the handling the link layer protocol. Link layer protocol is the second layer of OSI. Then it provides obviously the full duplex communication. Why full duplex communication? Because base transceiver. Transceiver means transmit and receive simultaneously, and transmit and receive simultaneously can be possible with the full duplex communication only. So it provides the full duplex communication. Also, the third function that can be supported by base transceiver system is interleaving, and interleaving means it can convert the random error into the burst form and burst error into the random form. So this is the three functions of base transceiver system. Also, the base station controller provides the various functions that are to control the base transceiver system, then radio resource management, means which type of link can be used, how it can be transmitted from the transmitter and the receiver, and which type of channel can be used. So this all are included into the radio resource management system. The third one is handoff management and control, means which type of handoff can be used, whether it is a break before make type of handoff, or either it can be a make before break type of handoff, means whether it is a hard handoff or soft handoff, that can be decided by the controller, that is called as a base station controller. So this is the first subsystem for this GSM architecture, base station subsystem. The next one is NSS, means network support subsystem. Network support subsystem offers the three types of registers, and the first one is HLR. HLR means home location register. Home location register has a unique INEI number, means each user has a unique INSI number. For visitor purpose or for the roaming purpose, the another register that is called as a temporary database. If we talk about the database, then for each user there is a unique database, or we can say that it is one type of permanent database that is called as a home location register. If we talk about the temporary database, then it is called as a visitor location register. Then the third feature that can be provided by the GSM is AUC. Full form is Authentication Sector. It is one type of protected database. So all the security purpose, all the cipher keys, algorithms are associated with the AUC, that is Authentication Center. Now let's see various functions that are provided by the network support subsystem. It is first function is switching of calls between the external network. Means you can switch the calls from the network subsystem and base subsystem. Then the main part of the network subsystem is MSC, means mobile switching center. Mobile switching center provides the function of call setup, supervision, and releasing. It is all only associated with the call diversion. Also the digital collection and the translation is also possible with it. and collection of billing information can also be done with it. Even this billing information is also associated with the home location register by the accounting information. So all the call related information, either we talk about the call forwarding, call blocking, or call handling. So this can be done by the mobile switching center. Even you can remove the echoes and noise at the end of the mobile switching center. Resource management means which type of link or channel can be used during the call, or if user change from one base station to another base station, then which channel can be provided, that can be decided by the mobile switching center. The next is home location register. Home location register, as we already talked, that home location register is one type of permanent database. It accesses the roaming as well as routing capability, but mainly the roaming capability will be decided by the visitor location register, that is the temporary database. Mainly the administrative type information means we can say that the current location of mobile station means for one particular user, its current location of mobile station will be stored in the home location register. Also, it has the unique IMEI number, and the dynamic database is based on the location information. Now, the location information means if user does not change its location of one fixed location radius, then it is stored in the home location register. Likewise, if we stay in the Gujarat and if we move to the Maharashtra, then this information will be carried forwarded to the particular user's visitor location register. Up to this, it is connected with only the home location register. So it is basically the location-based information. Permanent database contain the restriction and the billing information. So that's it for HLR. So this can be asked here as a one marker for the location register function and its features. The next register is visitor location register, that is called as a temporary database. For this, the ISA number and customer information, mainly this location, this register is used when handoff occurs. When handoff occurs means when user move from one base station to another base station. At that time, this register is modified and or updated. Then it includes the currently activated features. Means whenever user moves from one base station to another base station, its location information will be transferred to visitor location register. IMEI number is also there, and a copy of subscriber data means whatever data stored in the particular home location register that can be carried forwarded to the visitor location register. HLR address is also there, and directory or number of the router calls means whatever the calls that are forwarded to HLR that can again be given to the visitor location register. Next database that can be used is authentication center. It is one type of protected database. It contains the various keys, means it is associated with the security features. So rand key, random key, SRES means signed response, and KC means cipher key. These all are associated with the GSM security. So this is also one question that can be asked for the power 6 marks. That talk about the GSM security. We will discuss in detail about this authentication keys of GSM. There is also one register that is used for the security purpose, Equipment Identity Register, that is called as EIR. It contains the phone numbers of fraud calls so that user can be aware of that. It also creates the list. Now this type of list contains the IMEI number and it can convert them into either the white list, grey list and black list. So let's see what this type of list can be created by it. So this is one table about the list that can be created by the authentication center. So here you can see that there can be three type of list can be possible. First one is the white list. Then in case of white list, all the valid IMEI number is International Mobile Equipment Identity. All the valid IMEI number are associated with it, and it has the valid mobile equipment. The second list is of blacklist. It contains completely prohibited IMEI number, means for which the service is banned or cannot be used. The third one is the grey list. The third one is the grey list. For this, IMEI number that is under scanner or under the supervision can be used for this. So list of suspected mobile under observation can be used for this type of list. The third type of subsystem is operation support subsystem. For operation support subsystem, it supports one or many operation maintenance center, that is called as OMC. For this, to manage all type of mobile equipment in the system, it can be used, and it also provides the telecommunication hardware or maintain the telecommunication hardware. Means if there is any error occur, it can be given to the base transceiver system, or it provides the data to the base transceiver system. Up to this, if you have any queries or doubt, you can ask me on my email ID. Thank you for watching.